my first question to you, Crispo, is what made you get into this marina industry in the first place?
It's a long story. Good question, by the way. As you know, I have been in a different world, in a different industry for the longest time. Alam mo yun, architect. Maybe I should tell you, just in case you don't have the full details yet. I have been directing for the last 45 years prior to me, eventually retiring. It was very hard for me to retire because 45 years of TV commercials and advertising work is something that it stays with you for a long time. And so and then I started teaching, as I was telling you. Know? So I taught for a while in the University of Manila for a couple of years, and when my children were in La Salle, I decided to join a few of the professors there in Binild to teach broadcasting and production as well. And so this was something that was running through my veins.
Okay.
So it was something that was embedded in me. And I thought that this was what I will be doing for the rest of my life. And I was ready, by the way, architect. And then I decided that maybe it's high time for me to step up the platform and maybe teach.
Right.
But then when I started to teach in the last teaching stint that I did was in La Salle. So nung nagtuturo ako sa La Salle, and I was dealing with my students, and I realized that my students no longer need to learn so much of the theory. They have opportunities independently on their own to actually study. No, Google can during that time can provide you with all the information. So I just felt redundant.
Right.
I just felt redundant. However, it was important for me to be there as a father. To tell them that you are here not to starve as an artist. Like the old saying says, no, you're here because you're supposed to be paid for the professional creativity that you do.
Correct. That's,
You cannot be an architect and tell your clients that you can pay me this meager amount only. You don't actually have to pay me, right? You cannot afford to do that. So that was my role for the last 2 years of my teaching, is to tell them you have to make money out of your creativity. It is not as if this is something that it's just creativity and there's no money there. So a starving artist is no longer true. Even with my paintings, by the way.
I know that you paint, and thank you pala. You've given me a really beautiful painting. I still treasure that up to this day.
That's 300,000 worth,
Really? Thank you so much.
My wife would always say, you probably is a little crazy. Who's going to buy your painting for 300,000? I did the show, by the way, several shows. None of the paintings were actually sold in the show. Because my paintings were, my wife would say, some people would say, extravagantly high in terms of its pricing. But this is my point. My point is, this is my work. This is the value that I put on my work. I have all the right in the world to say, I want to sell it to you, I want to give it to you, or I will negate. I will tell you, no, it's not the price that I want for the creativity that I do. So I come back home and bringing all those 20, 30 paintings home again.
Right.
But then people come to me and then and they say, I'm interested, and I sell it to them. But I don't sell cheap.
Right. So do you still paint now?
I still paint.
You still paint?
I think this year will be my painting year.
Oh, that's so nice
Every
to hear.
2 years, I do paint. I have a whole lot there.
Yeah.
So if you calculate 30 to 40 paintings at 400,000 each, that's a lot. No?
Yeah, that's
but
a lot.
nobody buys it.
So between painting and now that you're into the whole marina industry.
Okay, so now I'll answer your question.
Yeah,
right? The question was, how did I get involved into the marina business? Well, when I decided that there was really not much for me to do in production, I left for the US together with my wife. So we went to Florida, which I grew up during my younger years. We went to the southern part, Key West. And of course, Florida is boats. I grew up, surrounded by boats as a young boy in high school. So when I went back there and I realized, wow, this is fun again. And I said, maybe I should investigate and see what my country has in terms of yachting, boating, and the marine industry in general. And so I went back. And I was frustrated because there's really not much, There's one or two marinas, but that's basically it. So for me to gain more knowledge in the marine life and to see how Southeast Asia is, I traveled for a year. I headed to Indonesia. I headed to Thailand. I went to Singapore. I went to Malaysia. So to see the industry.
Right.
And then I found out that the Thailand, Phuket particularly, and Indonesia, and of course Singapore, and of course Vietnam, has a much more flourishing maritime industry than we have.
That's correct.
Sabi ko, teka muna, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Ang ganda-ganda natin, di ba? I mean, we have more islands.
We're an archipelago.
We're an archipelago, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're way behind. Thailand, for example, have a very flourishing yachting industry. Not the commercial side alone, but the yachting recreational side of the industry. They have more captains, I think, in Asia than any place else. Right. They have during that time, they had about 3,000 yacht captains already. That's a lot. No?
Yeah.
So that, and then you go to Phuket, for example, because I stayed there most of that time. So you go to Phuket, you drive from one end of Phuket to another, and you see from both roads, makikita mo naman makikita mo that dito, nagtitinda ng mga bangka, nagtitinda ng mga bangka. I mean, it's flourishing. And then you see outboard engines, doon mga pampasahero lang nila, yung pantawid lang nila from point A to point B, katulad ng ginagawa. They have, hindi twin engines, they have like 4 or 5 300 horsepower engines.
Amazing.
No? So, I spoke to a foreigner during one of my stays, and I said, and they mentioned to me that, Crispo, this country must be doing something right. I said, why? Since they lifted the excise tax and the luxury tax, they seem to have flourished a lot. And then, so I studied our taxation. I studied, and I know the reason why, right? So they lifted the luxury taxes, and it invited a whole lot of yachting aficionados from all over the world.
So do you think that's the same challenge where that's why our industry is not growing in that direction? Is because of our taxation? And
that's one. That's one. When you talk to a person like you and I, for example, and I'll tell you that, you'll tell me, no, that would be too expensive for me. But actually, it is not supposed to be. But things are slowly changing now. We now have players in our industry that are constantly reviving, constantly learning. But as I said, medyo nahuhuli lang tayo ng konti.
Ng konti lang.
So that made me realize that there was a blue ocean there. Literally. So there was a blue ocean there, and since I love the water, I'm from Key West. It was not hard for me to make that transition to the boating industry. Tsaka pang matandang negosyo.
Do you think, I understand when, for example, there's a potential interest in buying a boat from you, I'm sure ports would be an issue.
Marinas.
Marinas, right?
Berths, parkings.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
100%. I know a lot of my buyers because as you know, I'm also a yacht broker.
Right.
I have interested buyers who would always want to purchase a boat. And the question is always, where will I put the boat?
Yes.
Well, you can always put it in your garage. You can always, trailer it and put it in your property. I'm sure these guys have properties. But then again, you're talking about how big the yacht is.
Yeah.
If it is beyond 30, for example, it is now becoming a little difficult to pull it out of the water, put it in your trailer, and bring it to your property.
Right.
It's arduous already. Anything beyond that becomes a little bit more dangerous, especially with our road conditions.
Right.
So normally, if you will buy anything outside of 34-footers, you're looking at 38, 40, 50s and above. These are your bigger yachts. Ito yung bibilin mo. Then you will need the parking space.
Right.
And you will need to berth it or you need berths. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't have so much berths. Unlike our neighboring countries, they have, in Phuket alone, you have 3 major marinas.
Ah, really? Okay.
Yeah. In Phuket alone, it defeated already the number of marinas that we have in the whole country.
Wow.
And just in one area alone.
Yeah.
So medyo marami sila ron.
Yeah.
Kulang tayo dito, architect, kaya nga sabi ko. Remember how we met, right?
Yeah, yes.
I concentrated, I meditated. And then I said, this is, I gravitate, by the way, to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gravitate to good people.
I'm glad to hear that.
So when you gravitated, eventually, I contacted you and I was here and I was offering, I think, some of my services during the time. I was selling properties then, right?
Yeah.
But now I realize that there's a synergy that has to happen between people who sell boats like me, people who imagines building more marinas and more ports and berths, to people like you who can creatively execute beautiful constructions and beautiful creations out of what we have. We have plenty of opportune areas, by the way.
I agree very much to that, as much as a lot of our developers are starting to explore secondary cities. But the infrastructure to get to one place to another and being a composite of islands, you are actually a solution to this, right?
Well, it's not hard actually. If the infrastructure it will follow. Yeah. The infrastructure will follow. That's the reason why I'm telling them. You have a beautiful island, but you don't have a place for these yachts to go there and visit you. Yeah. You have a port, but your port is underdeveloped. Yeah. It all boils down to some sort of education, I think. Once you see the opportunity, architect, once you realize the opportunity, creativity will step in. Di ba? Parang it's a eureka moment. Somebody just have to really create that eureka moment. Yeah. It is difficult when I do my speeches. They are exposed that I always raise my hand and say, I want to talk, right? Yes. It was difficult because they look at that person talking to be somebody with an ulterior motive. They do not realize that I am basically expounding on an opportunity that has been with us for the longest time. Yeah. This is like a gold mine just waiting to be tapped. Yeah, correct. This is an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity for tourism. Yeah. It is certainly an opportunity for infrastructure and construction and all of that. Idle lands. Let's put it in a more progressive mode. If, for example, if you just imagine if Boracay did not have the white sands. You're right. Even Boracay did not have the white sands, for example. However, if you can bring people to Boracay and see that there's pristine properties there, and there's pristine beaches there, I think it will make a difference in the livelihood of the people there.
Right.
I mean, I'm just talking about one which is very famous around the world.
Yeah.
But there are more.
Yes, a lot.
There are
a lot more. Yeah.
And LGUs, politicians, instead of thinking otherwise, why don't you just put their effort into what you and I have been thinking all along, right? To build in this infrastructure, because it is a place that you can bring people. What we're doing is we're basically putting a thread of connection between point A to point B.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's what we're doing. It's a beautiful place. We can do that in social media. You can interview people and tell them how beautiful it is. But how do we get there?
Yeah.
Okay, how do we get there? So that is something that I hope happens very, very soon.
Do you think it's better if it's a private initiative? We can talk to like mainstream developers to come in and promulgate this initiative?
A quick AI answer. You're right. But if the president can be here with us now, it's a solved problem already. Somebody has to take the two of us to the president and say, look, we need your help.
Right, yeah.
We need your help. And then the private sector will step in.
Yeah.
When you alienate the private sector and say, well, the private sector will be the one to do that, without the component of the government stepping in, it's still a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Because you have to understand, there's so much bureaucracy in our departments, right?
Yeah.
For you to get a permit to do this and to do that, you have to
take 10,000 steps.
And hindi na nabago eh. Looking at some of the memorandums from the Marinas while I was reviewing the regulations, they are older than you and I.
Wow. Okay.
Some of them. Well, nobody. In other words, young kids like our staff now could be working with that same department, and if no one gives them the idea that, hey, look, you're working on something that is really very old and traditional, you can create something new, it will not change for the next 10 years.
So let's say that I would have a client interested in buying boats or collecting boats from you for their resort development. How much do you think they should allocate for such an inclusion to their resort development?
In reality, a whole lot. But in concept and in theory, no. Because a boat, we can build here. We can build boats. And there are already builders of boats here. We have very good shipbuilders. You have to understand that the Philippines is the number 4 shipbuilding country in the world. But the boats and the ships and the vessels that we build for other countries.
Right.
Okay. Now you go down that level and you will realize that there are other players in our industry, which I respect them very much. This Als Marine, there's Tronquet boats, they have the boatyard. These are people who've been in the industry because their fathers have started the business and now the sons are actually following up. They're actually growing very slowly. And without them, we would have been, wasted and out of this whole scenario a long time ago. And now they're building. Now they're building. And we have boat builders, and they're very good. Very good. As a matter of fact, I'm asking my Yanmar, I'm the distributor for Yanmar Philippines boats here from Japan. So my company, we are the distributors here. We're actually asking, and for now, negotiations are ongoing, that we build the ship here.
That would be nice.
Because what is really costing us is the importation of all these things.
Right.
So, plain and square, if we can build our own boats, your client would like it. It's not going to be very expensive.
Plus, we would create jobs for the Filipinos.
People. And then the infrastructure, you and I can they just simply call me and I'll call you and we'll design something there. It should not be very expensive. It should not be. It should not be.
Yeah.
I mean, you just pile drive something.
Yeah.
You lay the. It's more of an assembly.
Yeah.
But the infrastructure behind, the backdrop behind, is what is most important to me.
You know.
The water feature is okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can always build the marina.
Yeah.
But what is really more interesting is how do we develop the radius behind it.
Yeah.
This is where you come in.
The
That
real
is why-
estate part. Yeah.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. I mean, the theme park, the resort,
Yeah.
his house,
Yeah.
it has to be complementary, yeah?
Yep. Yep. So it's a
And
whole ecosystem.
It's a whole
actually.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yes. Andiyan na solar ngayon. So solar can also play a big role in
Yeah.
our future developments
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah.
Because it should be, ang feeling ko, it should be off the grid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
for you to power your small resort, it should be off the grid already.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
a good designer. Of that.
Thank you.
I've
Thank you
seen
so
most
much.
of your works.
Thank you so much.
I like it when you create something that has potential for green.
Yeah.
That is what excites me.
Oh, yeah, because sustainability should be at the heart, a default by now, you know. Yeah. It's not something that you add on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an attitude, I think.
Yeah.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
last night, I will not brag about it.
Yeah.
Last night, we just chose one. I said, okay, we'll do a Tesla.
Yeah.
So me and my wife decided, and we shook hands, okay, let's do a Tesla.
Oh,
Okay,
fantastic.
So it's not an advertising. Excuse me, you can cut that out. But we shook hands and I
Yeah.
said, okay, it's about time to get rid of our gasoline cars.
Yeah. Especially now with the ongoing escalation of oil hikes.
Well, that was what triggered my wife. But that was not my trigger.
Oh, out of curiosity then, what is the fuel needed to power these boats? Is it same?
Diesel.
Yeah.
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 They are still combustion engines.
Yeah.
But we have electric engines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have electric engines. These are the next ones. Just heading towards here today.
Yeah.
Just reminded me.
Okay.
Just heading towards on my way here.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Isn't it that I have electric engine, which I have?
Oh.
These are the guys from Canada. And they're very good guys. They actually have very powerful output engines on electric.
Uh-huh. And then to own one, you need to maintain it. Do you also offer that kind of service for maintenance and repair?
When I was starting in my married life,
Yeah.
don't ask. But when I was starting architect,
Yeah.
I was cleaning my car, and to me that was my Saturday and Sunday.
I see.
I would polish it. I would, di ba, gulong ko,
yeah,
lahat. That's my exercise. That was that.
Yeah.
Then my life became a little bit more compounded with work.
Yeah.
Then I let other people do it. With the yacht owners, you expect them that they have people, not them cleaning their own boats.
Right.
But in the US, people clean their own boats. But
Right,
here,
yeah.
to answer your question, yes, you will have to have. There are specialized people who are now growing in the industry who can take care of your boats. These are crew who maintains your boats. Yes, you need people.
And do you have to learn how to pilot a craft, or you can just get?
No.
Yeah.
If you go to Thailand, they have 3,000 plus captains. Dito, I think you probably have about close to 1,000, if not licensed ones, maybe closer.
Do you have schools here for people who like
Marina offers training on the mga offshore lang from point A lang punta ka. For example, if you were from Manila Bay, you want to go to Cavite, Batangas, Punta Fuego. Yeah. These are closer to the waters. Wag ka lang tatawid, pero natatawid din eh. Some of these captains will go from Hong Kong to some of the boats are being shipped. Actually, hindi na siniship. Actually, they are actually sailed from the point of purchase to enter the Philippines via the Chinese Sea.
For someone interested in acquiring a boat from you, what would be your tips or suggestion of what to look for, what type of feature that they should consider?
What do you want to do with your boat?
That's the first question.
What do you want to do with your boat? Because there are several types of boats for just about everybody. You and I probably have the same inkling when it comes to boats. Something that you and I will probably use on once a month, maybe, or maybe twice a month, because we want to get out of the city and we want to forget a few things and maybe have a family with you. Go out for a quick tour of, let's say, for example, Batangas or Cavite, or just for the sunset cruise, or maybe fishing one weekend with friends, di ba? I mean, just every now and then. That is a weekender boat. That's one category that you can look at. Okay. And then you can expound a little bit more. Well, now that I can bring my friends, why can my wife sleep while we are drinking in the boat? So gusto mo ngayon, may cabin ka na maliit. But I have a baby, I want my baby to come along with me. So you have a cabin and another small cabin. Okay. And then you're going to go overnight. Oh, you have a cabin, a small cabin, and you have another cabin for the crew. So it becomes a little bigger.
Right.
So this is actually on how the question is, what do you need for a boat? I mean, boats naman, pwede mo ring ibenta. Or you can keep it and then you can buy another boat.
Do you do that? Trade in for boats and upscale it?
No, I don't do trade in, but I sell used boats.
You do. Okay.
I sell used boats for a lot of people as well. My market, I have a market for used boats. I have a market for... But nowadays, the buyers are hiding.
It's a different world now.
It is. But I'm more into the building. I am actually. I signed an NDA.
Right.
So I cannot divulge
of course, yes.
what it is, but it's almost there. It is almost there. We're almost there, and I think we're almost going to make it. This is a very big development. So I partnered with Finland on this one. Finland and I partnered, and I am their basic boots on the ground. So we're building, if not the biggest one in the country yet.
Wow. Can you share the location? Not yet.
I can in the Philippines.
That's a safe answer. Not very far. And the hope is for people to travel from...
No, actually, the hope was different. The hope was just as an accent.
Okay.
But to me, it was a grandeur opportunity. To them, they just want an accent of a water feature.
Right.
To some developers, they always look at it as a water. Let's put a water feature. Let's put a marina. Where, ang totoo niyan, architect, it should be the reverse. Between the two of us, we should be inviting people to put up a marina and then a development.
That's correct. That's correct, yes. The anchor should be first.
No, ngayon hindi. Ang anchor kasi yan, sinasabi, let's have a feature. But the feature was big. It's a huge feature. Because the question is, how much money can we make out of the marina? People are afraid to invest in marina. In the US, because of the weather, in some other countries, because of the weather, after all my studies, I realized that the marinas can be both a nightmare for some areas if it is not run properly, or if something like this again happens, may mga global crisis. But it's not easy to run a marina. Except when you're in Phuket. Because they're kulang sila sa marina. They're beaming with, so people come. So not everybody would like to invest in marina. If I ask you, for example, I'm talking business now, architect. Let me know if I ask you to create for me a study on how much business. What is the ROI of a marina, for example? You'll have a difficult time. And maybe I won't be able to help you. Maybe I'll say, you know what I will say? We need to build. We need to build this. This has to be accompanied by another structure. This has to be accompanied by a resort. There has to be a hotel there for you to make that pieces. Marinas per se in our country may not just flourish right away yet, but certainly. With the backdrop of the line of construction and design work that you do, I think it will. Very complementary, because there's too many of them. Because now most construction are looking at where can we put a structure where there will be malls.
Right, yes,
Right?
of course. Where the traffic is, where the
Nobody's
people
saying,
is.
where can we put a structure where there'll be a marina,
Yeah.
where there'll be tourism?
Actually, that should be the case now. That should be the case now because we are,
Yeah.
as you said earlier, we have more islands than and access to waterways. So that should be the direction, not the malls,
They
right?
need the two of us then.
Yeah, that's correct. So right now you're just the capacity you have is transporting people. Are you also looking into transporting cargo in the future?
Yes. I actually designing fleets and vessels.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The other day, my wife was looking at me and saying, "That's a submarine." To complete the story, that's why it is too long.
Right.
When you ask me how I got into it,
Yeah.
as a young boy, I'm 70, so as a young boy, 65 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
So 65 years ago, I remember it very, very clearly. My mother is a dressmaker. We're not there. We live in this shanty.
Oh.
So I remember smelling yung lupa. No?
Yeah.
Because doon kami natutulog. Meron kaming maliit na banig, meron kaming mga, but may bubong naman, maayos naman. I borrowed my mother's pair of scissors, I think, or cutter, and I started to scribble and scratch on my desk. Yung desk na...
As in the wooden desk?
No, it's a desk na pinagtatabasan niya because my mother knows
okay.
tabas. Magaling na nanay ko sa tabas. Oh yeah, she's not, you know, dressmakers, pag magaling ka magtabas, you're good. Yes, right? It's a tabas, not the putting together, right? Ang nanay ko magaling magtabas. So doon siya nagtatabas. Simula to, galit na galit ang nanay ko. But I spent most of the time there. You know what I was drawing? Vessels.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Submarines. Vessels. There's just water there and there's vessels. And I remember them very, very clearly in my head. And I was scribbling like shall I say it? Like the divine power is telling me that I'm embedding in you something that you will do in the future. I believe that.
Yeah.
So that's how long the story is.
Okay. So very very early age,
at
you're
a very,
already
very early age,
attracted to the waters.
Yeah.
Really.
It was not directing that I'm supposed to do. I'm 70 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm standing on a young boy's shoe at the moment. You know, I feel energized. I feel like I can do more. Yeah. I think you and I have 15 more years.
A lot more. We're still very, very young, really.
Tama na yung 15.
Tama na.
By the time I'll be 85, I want to enjoy my life. Maybe I'll do something else.
Yeah.
But for the next 15 years, we will be together.
No, the Filipinos need your help, you know. We really need to develop our maritime industry here and to promote, as you said, tourism, hospitality.
I'm dedicated,
and
Mr.
Fulga,
architect. I'm dedicated to that direction. I'm dedicated to that direction. If this is something for me to make money only, I'm okay. I don't.
Yeah.
Coffee lang naman ako, a couple of beers. That's my expenses on a daily basis. Every now and then I will go out on a travel, but I can sit there in my room, you know, and wiggle my toes, and I will be entertained. I don't need so much.
You're a creative person yourself, so I'm sure at your, you know, relaxed time, you still do some of your creative works.
Oh yeah, hindi rin naman ako parang ikaw, hindi din tayo hindi ako napapakali. I still do a lot of things. But I'm dedicated to making sure that when I'm basically done with life here on Earth, maybe I have done my purpose. And I feel that's a purpose that had been implanted in my brain many
nice. That's so
ago.
beautiful. We need a lot of people like you helping the Philippines.
Thank you for taking me here.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to have you here, Crispo.
No problem.
Mojica. And good luck on your endeavors. I look forward to be working with you.
Yeah.
Let's promote your product through this platform.
Let's promote our country.
Yep.
Let's promote our country. Let's promote our oceans. Let's promote our archipelagos. Let's promote the architects like you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's promote the ones that are doing great work already in the maritime industry. I think we are just about there. Malapit na tayo. I think people are starting to realize how much natural resources that we have. Let's try to promote that. I think we're going to be good. And then I will make my money later.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Crispo.
Salamat.
Thanks for joining us on the PhilBIG Show. PhilBIG is growing as a space for sharper conversations, better connections, and real opportunities across the building industry. If this conversation gave you a fresh view on the business of building places, subscribe and share it with someone in the industry. To join the community and be part of the next wave of conversations, visit philbig.com. See you in the next one.